You're listening to the DolphinsTalk.com podcast network.
You're listening to the DolphinsTalk.com podcast, the most listened to daily Miami Dolphins podcast on the internet. Come on, Dolphins fans. Time to fins up.
All right, Miami! Miami's got the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. Hey, when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl. 'Cause we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number one. Miami Dolphins.
Hello, Dolphins Talk Nation. My name is Marisa Marino, and I am here with a very special guest, a Mr. Jordan Colbert. Am I saying that right?
Yes, you're saying that right.
Awesome. Welcome, Jordan. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So for those of you who don't know, and if you don't, shame on you, but Jordan Colbert is an undrafted free agent who has recently signed with the Miami Dolphins. We are super pumped to have him added to the team, and he comes to us from Rhode Island. And so today we are just going to dig in a little bit to Jordan's story, find out about his journey to get here, and kind of go from there. So Jordan, again, thanks for joining us. We're so excited to have you here. How are you feeling? You saw that intro. What's it feeling like to be a Miami Dolphin?
It feels great. It feels great. When I received the call, it was sort of surreal. Something that I wanted my whole life. Just ever since I started playing football at the age of 6, I've always had the dream of making the NFL. And to receive that call and hear that I'm signed with one of the best teams in the NFL, it's just been a great experience. I've been happy, and I just know there's more work to do.
I love that. I love that. And, that was one of my questions. And I guess I'm going to skip to it and just ask, since you mentioned that, I know a lot of players, they sometimes get multiple calls, especially after draft is over and, getting players to sign to teams. I mean, what made you say, you know what, Miami Dolphins, that's the team I want to go with and show them what I've got to offer? What made you choose us?
Just weighing out all my options. I believe this was the best opportunity for me on the field. Just to be able to compete with people like the explosive offense that we have, Tyreek Hill, just signed Odell, Beckham, all those people, and learn from older guys like Jordan Poyer and Jevon, Holland, who's been there for a couple of years now. It was the best opportunity for me, and I believe that the coaches and everybody in the building is dedicated to winning, and we've seen steps towards that, and we're hopefully going to continue to do that and win the big one.
I love that. Yes, all of us Dolphin fans are ready for that Super Bowl. It has been way too long. I wasn't even born or thought about when the Dolphins last won a Super Bowl. So that would be super exciting. So your journey here has had to be something else. I mean, it kind of all started in kind of how I knew you joined the team, but I learned a little bit more about you when I saw you posted a letter to your Instagram that I couldn't help myself, but I screenshot and shared it on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. And your dad messaged me because he saw I posted it. And he said, "Oh, I've got to talk to you about Jordan's letter. You should talk to Jordan about the letter." And it was the coolest thing. So I'm going to go ahead and share it. And if you don't mind, I would love for you to kind of just read it to people who are listening in podcast form who can't see it, and tell us when you wrote it and how it feels to make the letter come true. So you go ahead and share that. There we go.
Okay, so this is a school assignment that we did when I was around 7 years old. And it says, "Our goals and our dreams." I said, "I'm going to be an NFL football player. I'm going to try to be a running back or a fullback. I play football and I play corner now. I want to attend to Virginia Tech. There's some little bit of typos in there, still from a young age, but um,
And
this
then
is
you wrote on the bottom, what did you say there?
I said manifestation is real. Speak life into your situations.
I love that. So some of that came true for you. Some of it, you're definitely not a running back and you're not a fullback. You're a safety.
Yeah.
So tell us what it's like seeing that letter and how you kind of take that and now you just signed with the Dolphins. I mean, what is that like for 7-year-old Jordan?
Yeah, it's definitely a great feeling. My parents actually sent me that letter going in about a year ago, actually, going into my last season at Rhode Island. I always knew that this was my dream, and I wanted to make sure that I had the best season possible and going into my last season to try to get closer to this dream. So my parents sent me that, and it was crazy to just know that I was so close,
Mm,
just so close after everything that I went through in my entire football journey, and just seeing that was just my motivation. I actually made that my lock screen all of last season, so
I love that.
that was my motivation going into every practice and every game. Just sort of living that dream. It always wasn't. It's not the most easy journey for me. I've definitely come through a lot of hardships and a lot of struggles.
Mm.
So as I continue to grow as a football player and continue to increase in my relationship with God and Jesus, it was definitely surreal to see. And I had to post it after it happened because manifestation is real. The words that you speak every day into yourself, the words that you speak to those around you, they'll come true if you believe them in your heart and you work towards it every day. So it's a great feeling to be a Miami Dolphin.
I love that. And it's such a good message for kids out there who, are that age currently and they think, oh my gosh, NFL, me being in college, that's so far away. They can't even fathom it. But they have these dreams to be like players. And it's just great for them to see, what is possible if you have a dream and you stick to it and you work hard. And so it's awesome. And so congratulations to you for making that come true. I think I had written on mine when I was younger, like I wanted to be an astronaut or something. And clearly I didn't do that. So good for you for sticking to yours. So I know in the letter you said running back, fullback. How did you find yourself getting into safety?
So that was around 7. I believe that was my first year of football,
Okay.
with flag football. So I was in the Chicago area at the time, and I sort of played it all as you do in youth ball. Played running back, played defense, and as I evolved through my journey as a football player, once I got to high school, I sort of found my niche in corner. I played corner throughout high school, and
Okay.
then I made the switch to safety once I got to college. So um, running back, every kid has a dream of scoring the touchdowns and everything, but I think I'm better at corner, and I'll leave that to Raheem Mostert. So
There you go. Which, speaking of Raheem, he is a guy who undrafted free agent. I mean, joined teams. He was cut from several teams, and now he's Raheem the Dream of the Miami Dolphins. What does that do for someone in your position? Like, do you use that as motivation getting ready to go down to South Florida next week?
yes, definitely. Yeah, like you said, he was someone who's been cut, who didn't get the chance to really play early on in his career, but last year he had the best year of his career,
Yeah.
and it's just the testament of just perseverance and believing in yourself. Um, the the road isn't always super easy, uh, and I know that from firsthand experience.
Mm.
But if you keep believing in yourself, God's timing is better than anything you can imagine. So just for him to keep putting one foot in front of the other and keep going in season after season and working his tail off. That's definitely someone that I'm going to look up to, and sort of talk to him and see what his motivation was to keep him going for so long.
I love that. Awesome. That's great. Well, so you said you played in high school and, of course you played high school, college. Did you play any other sports in high school or was it strictly football?
No, strictly football.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You were like, I've got my mind on one thing and one thing only.
Yeah, I was pretty undersized in high school, so I couldn't really play basketball or didn't run track or anything. Football was my first and only love.
Okay, I can appreciate that. Absolutely. And so then you found yourself Rhode Island. Now, was that how did that pan out? Was that a school that was kind of really on your radar or?
So in high school, yeah, like I was said, I was undersized, so
Mhm.
I actually played JV as a junior, and
Okay.
most people in high school don't play JV as a junior. Most people, start getting their offers junior year. So I was 5'7", 165 pounds my junior year, and by senior year I was 6'1", 185. So
What did your mom feed you between your junior and senior year?
everything. She fed me
Everything.
everything. Yeah, I was eating up everything. She was always getting upset because she would always have to buy me new clothes. She's like, I just bought this for you like a month
My
ago. How come you can't
goodness.
fit it? Yeah, so I hit a huge growth spurt, and I got all my offers from my senior year midseason film, and I had to make a decision going into my senior year. It was a sort of quick decision because most people get recruited junior year, so I had to make a quick decision which school I was going to, and I actually went to Columbia for undergrad. So
Okay.
I played there. I played there for 4 years, and I
You're a smart one. I think your dad attested to this. You have some degree, some skills, right? Some degrees under your belt. Tell me about
yes,
that.
yes, I do have. So I have my bachelor's in psychology from Columbia, and then once I got to Rhode Island, I got my MBA. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So businessman on the side, but football. I like in Columbia is a great school. So
Yep.
kudos to you. That's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. So high school, Rhode Island, and then now we're here at the Miami Dolphins. We talked about you joining the team. Actually, when you and I talked the other day on the phone before we got here, we were talking about you joining the Dolphins. You're going down there next week, I believe you said. But you said currently you are in a different city in South Florida because you're trying to get used to the heat. Is that correct?
Yep. I'm down. I'm down in Tampa right now.
Okay.
Because my parents moved after I graduated from Columbia. They said they're going to the heat. They said they love Florida,
Okay.
so they moved down there after I graduated from Columbia. So I've been down here training, and it's also amazing that my parents aren't that far. Tampa is about 4-hour drive from
Oh, wow.
Miami,
Yeah.
so yeah, they won't be too far from me, and they'll be able to come catch some practices.
So how has it been practicing in that? I mean, it's not even summer yet, but I'm sure it's pretty hot there. How are you acclimating? Are you just like sizzling out there?
Yeah, definitely trying to. I try to train during the hottest part of the day. I
Okay.
wait and see when the hottest part of the day is, so I can make training as hard as possible for myself. But it feels good. I like the heat. I prefer to play in Miami as opposed to somewhere colder.
Well, if you like the heat, you are in the right spot for it.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that. So, all right. So you are coming into Miami. You said you're going down there next Wednesday, right? That'll be kind of your official check-in
Yeah,
day.
yeah. The check-in day is on Thursday. I'm gonna go down there a day early, so I can just be ready and be able to get a good night's sleep and report on that Thursday.
Awesome. So I'm assuming then that you know and you're familiar with that position, the guys that are in that position currently, and it is a need for us. I mean, if anybody looks at anything on the media, I mean, safety is something that we definitely have a need for. So what is that kind of like for you, looking at the positions that are available, the guys are on the team? Have you kind of familiarized yourself with that and the opportunities there?
Yeah, definitely. That was definitely a big part in choosing the Dolphins. It was the opportunity and knowing that there's a need there. I believe that I can fulfill that need and bring sort of the versatility, to play in the post or come down and guard tight ends or play in the box, wherever the team needs me. Just just stepping up and being the next man up wherever the team needs me, whether they want to throw me back at running back. Yeah, that's wherever the team needs me. I'm definitely open to it all.
Awesome. I love that. Now, so what player, is there a player currently or player previously that you kind of model your play after and you kind of look up to as far as in your position?
Yeah, so Derwin James is a safety. We sort of have the similar build, sort of bigger safeties. So I like to look at him, but I've definitely been a fan of Jordan Poyer and
Mm.
Jevon Holland, sort of watching their game when Jordan Poyer was with Buffalo and seeing all the things that he could do. And Jevon Holland was someone actually that I discovered when he got to the Dolphins his rookie year, and he had a big hit on somebody on the sideline, and that's sort of my style of play. I like to get big hits and tackle. So
I saw a video of that posted of you, just like a guy was going towards the end zone and you just like knocked him right on over. I was like, I like that. We need that.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, definitely modeling my games after those guys, and definitely learning since they're veterans now in the league. Is definitely gonna be a great opportunity.
Well, that's great. I know that those guys, there are so many vets on that team, and a guy like Jordan Poyer, I know, is just like taking some of the guys under his wing, which I think is just so great for this team. So as I'm sure you've heard, and you mentioned it about it earlier, OBJ coming to the team, and it's been all over the news today, everywhere. And Pat McAfee, I'm sure you're familiar with him.
Yep.
He had a show where they were talking about it, and he said, his quote said, "It's just a plethora of weapons for McDaniel to use for that massive brain." He said, "I think right now you should be thinking Super Bowl or bust," which is so cool to hear. I mean, how exciting is that for you to see kind of the roster that the Dolphins are putting together and knowing that you have an opportunity to be a part of it?
Yeah, it's definitely a great feeling. Just being able to be around people who are winners, being around people who have experience in this league, like OBJ, and then just going out up against them in practice every day. Going against Tyreek Hill, Jaylen Waddle, OBJ, and then drafted two more receivers who are really good players. One of them actually played with my high school quarterback, Caleb Williams,
Yes.
at
Okay.
USC.
Yeah.
So just being able to go against them every day in practice, and having them make me better as well, and getting the chance to go against the best in the league. It's definitely going to be great competition every day in practice, and just looking forward to making that Super Bowl, like you said. It's just one practice at a time, though, one play at a time, and just bringing the lunch pail and the bucket every day and just
Mm.
going to work. So
I love that. I love that. So, last question kind of for you. As you know, Anthony Weaver has joined the team as the defensive coordinator for the Dolphins, and coming to us from the Ravens. He kind of pretty much gutted a lot of the defensive guys, brought in his group of guys. I think his scheme is going to be probably a little bit different from Fangio's that we had before. Are you familiar with Anthony Weaver and his style? And is it something that when you looked into this team, you thought about him being that, that guy that he'll be your defensive coach?
yeah, definitely. Anthony Weaver, he's a great coach. I've heard many things about him. I've known players that are familiar with him, that have played in the NFL and had him as a coach, and they've all spoke very highly of him. So it's definitely someone that I'm looking forward to play for, and looking forward to winning some games with.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, it's so exciting. We are so glad to have you join the Dolphins. I'm so glad that all of Dolphins Nation now can get to know a little bit more about you if they don't already. And I'd be remiss not to ask, going down to Miami, it's different. Miami is different than up in Rhode Island. What are you looking forward to if it's not football related? Because you have to have a little bit of like, have some fun. What are you looking to about being down in Miami to do?
Yeah, so I'm into photography, so I like to take a lot of pictures and things like that. So, being down in Miami is definitely a better scenery than up in Rhode Island. So just having the ability to go down there, take some pictures, go to the beach, and just having a good time. I have a good friend from college that's down there too. So
Okay.
yeah, just being able to be down there and just enjoying it. But football is always first. Football has always been first. And
Yes,
it's
we
just
won't ask you to do anything before football, but it's definitely a fun city to be a part of, and I know that the guys get to enjoy the nightlife every now and then, but winning foremost and then partying afterwards.
yeah.
Well, Jordan, this has been great. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. We look forward to following you on your journey. Are you on, for anybody listening in podcast form? Are you on social media where they can follow you?
Yes. So my Instagram is Jordan.colbz. And then my Twitter is the same thing, but instead of a period, it's an underscore.
Great. So Instagram Jordan.Colbs with a Z and Twitter Jordan_Colbs with a Z.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, make sure you guys check him out, give him a follow, give him some encouragement on this journey he's got coming up. We'll definitely be following along with you here on Dolphins Talk. If you are watching, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to DolphinsTalk.com. Jordan, any parting words before we get out of here?
I'm ready to go to work. Let's do it.
Awesome. Fins up. We look forward to talking to you guys later. Everyone have a great rest of your Friday night. Excuse me. Good night.